Hello everybody. Let's see about ASP.NET Page Structure and Compiler Directives by I am Balakumari, student of third BSc CS from KCS Kasnara College of Arts and Science. The next slide is about ASP.NET language structure. ASP.NET presents a whole new approach for developing dynamic content for the internet on your intranet. With ASP.NET, the approach is much more objective driven. The process is more like developing a standard Windows based application instead of web page. With ASP.NET, you place controls such as labels controls and text box controls on your page. You then assign the values to the properties of these controls, which allows you to affect how the controls are rendered in the visitor's browser. Your controls have methods that allow you to take some action against them. You know that visitor has been taken some actions because events fire which you can write code for. The next slide is about page structure. That is less than percentage at page language equal to VB debug equal to true percentage greater than symbol. These are the program of page structure. Script runet equal to server. These are the starting step of the page structure program or any other program in ASP.NET. Subpage load by val sender as object by val e as the event arguments. These are the statement given by the page structure record program ibl message.text equal to hello web. The statement that given to the hello web n sub n sub means n subject. Then let's we close script tag and open the HTML and hit tag. Title named as hello web page sample page. Close the title tag and hit tag. Body background equal to let's we give some alternative gifs dot slash bg dot gif. These are system that is I am having the system in the gif, so I added these statement. So let's see, text equal to black, link equal to dark. That is text equal to black color, black in color, and the link equal to dark color. That is dark color, and v link is equal to dark. A link equal to red. That is v link is means when we sliding our mouse, the link color will change. So the left margin equal to 40 percentage and top margin equal to 30 percentage. These are the size of the left margin and right margin and top margin. Form runet equal to server. So I'm saving this program to the server. Font face equal to Tahoma. The Tahoma means the name of the font. ASP.label ID equal to IBL title. Border width equal to 7 pixels. Border style equal to 9, width equal to 90 percentage. Font size equal to 25 pt. And font name equal to Arial. Text equal to text page. Runet equal to server. For so including the three break line, ASP.label ID equal to IBL message, runet equal to server, font bold equal to true. Let's see, close the font and the form and body and HTML. These are the page structure program. So the next slide is about output. Uh, from the previous page program, these are the output of the program. Hello web test page. These are the test page. So the output has been named as hello web. The next slide is about page. Every ASP.NET page you can create inherits the page class. That means that the structure of your ASP.NET page is based on the structure of the object called page. The page object contains its own appropriate methods and events that control how the page is rendered. The next page is about page event, that is page load, page load event and page unload event. These are the two events of pages. The next slide is about page load event. Every time your page loads, either initially when the visitor's browser browsers it to it, or when the page is called additionally through a button being clicked or because of some other event, the code is page load event fires. Structure of the page load event. Sub page load by val center as object, by val e as event arguments. Code goes here in sub. These are the lines of the page load event program. The procedure is defined as a sub with the name page load. The procedure must be defined with the two parameters, the first of the type object and second of the event arguments. The next page is about page unload event. When the compiler is totally done with running your page, you have one last place to put cleanup code or terminating code, and that is the page unload event. This event fires at the end of the every rendering of your page. Structure of the page unload event. Subpage unload by val sender as object, by val e as the event arguments. Code goes here in sub. The procedure is defined as the sub and contains two parameters. The first type of the type object and the second type of the type arguments, event arguments. The next slide is about page property. These are the two types of page property: is post back property, is valid property. These are the two properties of page. The next slide is about is post back property. You can check to see whether this is the initial loading of the page by querying is post back property of the page object. The property returns false the first time the page is loaded. If is post back equal to false, then if the page has been called because of the event on the page as fired or instance because a button has been clicked, the property returns true. The next page is about the next slide is valid property. The is valid property indicates to you whether all the controls on the page meet on your input requirements. The property returns true. If is valid equal to true, if all the controls on the page are valid. Otherwise, the property returns false. The next slide is about compiler directives. Let's see the concept of compiler directives. Compiler directives are special tags that you add to your ASP.NET page. They indicate how the page should run be compiled. That is the three types and at symbols of the compiler directives: at page directive, at import directive, at output catchy directive. The next slide is about page directive. The directive specifies the instruction to the compiler, that is less than percentage at page language equal to VB debug equal to 2% greater than. And these are the parameters of the page directive. Language equal to Visual Basic, that is VB. Debug equal to true. Buffer equal to false. Description: this is my test page. Explicit true. Strict equal to true. These are the page directive parameters. Debug means we want to run output means, so debug will must be true. The buffer also equal to false because the buffer after some events, so buffer equal to false. Description: this is my test page. Explicit equal to true. Strict equal to true. These are the parameters of page directive. The next slide is about import directive. The import directives allows you to include additional libraries or namespace in your page so that you can initiate the controls or objects on the namespace. You will frequently see this directive used this on the pages that access data from the database. That is less than percentage at import namespace equal to system.data, a percentage equal to, these are the statement of the import directive. The import namespace equal to SQL client. These are the import directive lines of the program. So then next slide is about output catchy directive. You really only need your page to run once every hour and then show that the run of the page until hour has been reached. The output catchy allows you to do that. The line of the program, that is less than percentage at output catchy duration equal to 3600 vary by parameters equal to known percentage greater than. Here we set the catchy duration to the 36 that is 3600 seconds or 1 hour. Notice that inclusion of the vary by parameter and that is set to known. This indicates that we want this page to catch it in all the conditions. The next page is thank you. The concept of ASP.NET derivatives